What is up, guys? It's Andy from WebCrunch. This is, I guess, probably my very first screencast in the sense of me showing you kind of what I can do, the ins and outs of some web design, UI design kind of stuff. The goal of this one is honestly just to kind of show you behind the scenes of a project I'm working on for a what's soon to be my sister-in-law. She started a new product that is geared towards the kind of dental field. It's a drink that actually promotes, being healthy as an alternative to like a flavored drink for people that are looking to not like deteriorate their enamel and all that stuff. I don't really know the entire details of it, but we have been working alongside trying to get some marketing going on in my company called Couple of Creatives that I work at during the day. But essentially, I've already kind of got a style guide going, and it was very, very prolific to begin with. So we were kind of just toying around with the color palette, typography, logo itself. The logo my soon-to-be wife created. So we kind of are a team in that aspect, hence the name Couple of Creatives. So she does a lot of the branding, and I do a lot of the web and UI and user experience and development work. So this video is more kind of just a behind the scenes attempt to show you how I go from like point A to point B. So I wanted to kind of make a screencast about it. In the end, the point of the style guide and the website, which is a requirement for the project, is to help put this product in the market. So the whole goal will be to create a landing page where people can come and actually purchase it before it's in stores or anything like that. So that the store approach will be something long term. This will be kind of in the short interim. So to get started, like I said, I've already got kind of a style guide here. It's no way final, but you can see what we got working with. It's kind of messed up too, so forgive me for that. I just moved to a new computer, so there might be some different fonts that I'm not using at the moment. So bear with me. But what we're going to do is build a landing page, and this page will kind of give, general background behind the product, as well as, a call to action to purchase it for the user. And it should be just really, really simple in the end. So it will tie into all the branding, which is a goal. There is some packaging art that I'm going to use to kind of create a mock-up, a 3D kind of mock-up for the packaging art per se. I may do that during the screencast. I might just kind of show that offline because that's probably something I need to use a different program for, or Photoshop or something like that, to find kind of a 3D mock-up. But anyway, let's get started. You're probably sick of me rambling. So I'm using Affinity Designer here. You may be new to this program. It's kind of new to the market, but man, I'm loving it. And if you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend it. You can see down here in my dock, I also use Sketch and Photoshop too. So I use my fair share of programs. But Affinity Designer is quite like Photoshop and Illustrator and Sketch combined, I would say. So it's kind of the best of all the worlds. So let's kick things off here. I'm going to create a new artboard. We'll just do something simple to start. And minimize the style guide. So let's call this, let's just say landing page for now. Simple, cool. All right, I do think I'm going to use some of these same colors to start with. They may, migrate as I move through. It's really dependent on imagery that I end up using. For some of the packaging art, I need to find the folder. packaging. I had a image I created in here. Yeah, this guy. It's a PSD, of course. Why not? I think I can import it though. This is kind of what I'm basing a lot of this on. It was a couple of images I kind of stitched together and created a mask out of for the packaging art to kind of really, you know, showcase what the flavor is. I should say to start out, we're just going with a lemon flavor. It's, I guess, voted by a few samplers of the product that it was one of the best flavors to start with. So they're starting there. And then maybe as things progress, we'll get into new flavors. So I could pull that back up actually. The actual, if you want to see the packaging art, not quite final yet, but it's something like this. So here's that image, and then it'll go on this blue background with the illustration of directions, supplement facts, and a bit behind the company. So that's to give you some context. So we want to carry over this look and feel, I guess, into the web page itself. So I'll start with the image, and I'll say that like imagery in general is something I've always kind of based a lot of what I'm doing off of. Obviously the logo is important too, so you want to make that prominent. So we'll throw that over here. Let's see, what can we do? Let's put in a deep blue background, kind of like the packaging. That is not that blue. Wow. What is that color? We'll just sample it. Weird thing about Affinity Designer, you have to drag, let go, it sampled the color, and then you go back, click, and then it changes. Coming from Photoshop, that's so foreign. I don't know if anyone else has the same feeling, but man, it took forever to get used to. But like there's a lot of key commands that are similar, so it didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand why they did it like that, but I'm getting used to it. So also with scaling, certain things, if they're vectors and you hold shift, like this, for instance, will scale proportionally if you hold shift. This, if you hold shift, it's going to skew the thing. Weird. So if you just don't hold anything, you get this. So I don't know. All right, we have the logo. Let's see, should we center this bad boy? I don't know. Welcome to my world. One thing I'm not 100% sure of is grid kind of layout in Affinity. So let's see. I'll probably use like a bootstrap width kind of grid. I think it's 1170. Why don't I just like create a shape? 1170. We'll do this for now. Center it in the document. This is the whole document, 1600 pixels. I find that width to be pretty in the middle for like image width. Sometimes you need to scale those, and 1600 seems to be fitting right now as far as screen sizes go. So it is in no way the ideal method or whatever. So to line this, let's center it. Oh, ignore that. And let's pull up the rulers. It's Command R. And pull in the grid. Very, very bare bones grid here. You can go advanced. I know there's a whole tutorials Affinity offers on these. I could maybe start offering those myself once I start learning this better. All right, so we've got the annoying stuff done. I think 1,000. We probably want to do like 800 for the fold. Maybe we'll have this kind of go overboard like that. That'd be kind of cool. I could have walked you how I went through this, but I actually made it way in advance, so apologies for that. It won't happen again. But we'll see. Let's see. Since it's a single page, we really don't need like crazy links up here for our menu, but we do need like maybe like an about link about the company. We'll just do about right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we'll do, let's see. Like story, maybe like the kind of behind about would be that. Let's do, I keep wanting this like to be a product, so I want to say features, but that's not something you really see inside of a tangible editable product, is it? Ingredients, maybe. Maybe we'll just do purchase as like a main call to action up here. And what font should we use? We're using, what are we using here? ASAP and Alio. What the hell? Alio. Okay. Let's do ASAP here. 16-ish color. Let's add one more link. Wow, okay. Maybe we'll do like ingredients or why H2O drink. Ooh, there we go. So about why H2O drink. By the way, it's called H2O drink. If you didn't get that, sorry. So, and it's H2O, and then drink lowercase. Okay, let's do out. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay. Weird quirks. I'm still getting used to this program. Bear with me. Yeah. Continue to bear with me. All right. Some of the key commands are not the same. I'm coming from Photoshop. Like I got really good at Photoshop just in time for them to introduce all these new programs, and then awesome, you know. All right, so for purchase, typically for a call to action in the menu, there's kind of more of a, I guess, a button feel, or something that stands out more. It could easily be just a different color, but I think I'm going to do a button, and we're going to use what's in the style guide, I think, for now. Let me go over and grab something like that. And I think in my own pattern of designing, I've used to go straight to design, and that works. It's great. You really come up with some good concepts, but I've found over the years, especially when things need to start scaling like crazy with Retina screens and whatnot, I've gone to this route where I've made a style guide or style tile. There's other people out there that condemn this. I think there's a styletile.us or something website, you know, and it's just kind of you build this atomic system around your UI and your user experience first, so you spend less time like tweaking things to bitter end in the actual mockup. And you don't even necessarily need to do the mockup, but in my own practice, I find it way easier for me, at least when I go to code it, that I need some sort of higher fidelity thing. Everyone always kind of, at least from what I've read, they bash that approach. It's like, why don't you just design in the browser? And I'm just can't do that. So screw it, you know. Anyway, let's call this purchase for now. That could probably be something worded a lot better, but we'll get to that. I didn't want to do that. Where's my tool? There we go. Purchase. We'll center that in here. All right. Right align. All right, cool. So this is probably a little tall for what we have up here. Let's cut that back to like 700-ish, maybe. So maybe we could do some cool parallax kind of stuff with water. So like I'm imagining another image with just water drops in the background. As you scroll, it will move down. This might move up, kind of thing. Just to kind of give some depth. Be pretty cool. One thing we could do to make this maybe a little flashier is gradient. Gradients in this program are kind of weird too. I like it, but I'm still getting used to it. So that's way too bright. So let me tone that back. Maybe go, that's not right. Something like that. Or a little bluer. Or darker. No, we want like that. Nah. I think we want to swap the angle. How do we do that? Like that? Kinda. Let's do it like this. Kind of highlight the logo a bit. Yeah, it looks better. Okay. I already noticed these button heights are kind of huge. And we'll leave it for now. And this is kind of close to the top. This could even be bigger. Oops. Something like that. Yeah. And if we want to get super cool, maybe. I don't know, this is kind of a trend now already. If you do something like this, well, oh, it needs to be curves, right? Select layer. Okay, so in Affinity Designer, it's curves. In Illustrator, it's outlines. You'll figure that out fast. Apparently, it's Command Return to do that. Sweet. I'm also on a Mac, if you haven't noticed, because Affinity Designer just came out on PC not too long ago. I don't like that. Why don't we actually raise it? Like something like that. Is that weird? No, it's too big. Okay, cool. All right. Not digging this yellow. Needs to be brighter. Let's leave it for now. We also, I didn't even think about, we probably need some sort of headline here. It's like kind of a #1 thing you see on a hero image. What would it be though? I don't know. Right now we don't have copy. Like, that's something my partner will come up with hopefully soon. So why don't we just do kind of some Ipsum stuff here. We kind of want to make it realistic though. So deliciously refreshing. Okay, that won't ever be the real thing, but bear with me. And I think for our headings we used Aleo. Okay. I think it might be preset here. Aleo. Nope. Of course not. You can make character styles in this program. Haven't done it yet. But it's very similar to Sketch. If you've used that, I would compare them very similarly. Pardon me as I find the font here. Do I have it? Really? I don't think I do. All right. Let's go find it. Leo font. Font squirrel. Oh. Gee. Just get them all. A lot of designers use font apps, and I mean font books just as well, good enough for me, but after a while you download a ton of fonts, it can really kill your computer speed. So I need to stop being lazy and actually do that. Okay, so what was our H1? Largest is 42/42. I think that's huge then. H1. Oh, we did have a style. What the hell? Okay. And then typically there is some body copy. Okay, Affinity Designer. There's two type tools. One is like point text in Photoshop, and the other is the text area kind of tool. So make sure you get used to using both, because it's going to ruin you. I've spent so much time trying to make you know, just a body of text on a point text pattern, and you know, when you do that, it goes clear across the entire canvas, and it's a pain in the ass. We need some just filler text. I use a little app called what is it called? Little Ipsum. It's pretty neat. You don't have to go on the web to get some copy. I think it's free on the App Store if you're a Mac user. You should check it out. And what's our body size? I think it's 16. Did I make a style? I did. Body. No, I didn't. That's not it. Well, hell. Let's go back. That's small. Let's go back and see, what do we got? 17/28. Okay. Wait, was that ASAP? Yeah. So 17/28 white, I'm guessing. Let's go up to 17. We'll do 28 point. Get rid of some of this copy. Figured it's maybe a sentence or two max. You don't want to go crazy there for a sub tagline kind of thing. Something like that. see. I mean, we could technically crop this on that line and then just have part of it show, but that'd be kind of weird too. It's kind of busy. A little smaller. So our grid lines are right here. These I feel need to be bigger. Yeah, since everything else was 17. Cool. All right. So this is more or less like I've designed websites or landing pages for like apps or, you know, just quick forms, so to speak, or even like products. Like I write books and I design landing pages for those. So these kind of follow the same pattern per se. So I think we're going to make it a single page and then just have things kind of transcend down. It will funnel down into like the point of purchase, which I don't know how I'm going to integrate that yet. I'm thinking Stripe maybe, but it might just be something that's pretty automated, so I don't have to do too much coding to get it all fancy and stuff. You could certainly go more advanced, but starting out, we're going to go kind of quick and easy with this. Okay, so for our call to action, we probably want to use, maybe we'll make it so. Maybe this will just be kind of a repeat of, oops. Make that bigger. This will be YH2O drink. And then sometimes there's two, but we can make it just one if you wanted. Maybe I'll do one more button. Blue wouldn't make sense here, obviously, because we're on a blue background. So I'm going to use this color for now. What should it be? Maybe we can have a video. We plan to do some sort of video, so we could do like that should be under YH2O drink though. So let's leave that for that. Will be like, what should this be? Maybe just the purchase one. Yeah. We could even add an icon if we wanted. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe this button, sorry I keep going back and forth, but I'm just thinking aloud. This shouldn't be Y, it should be watch the video, watch video. So we have to do a video now. I'm not changing that button. Okay, let's bring this back. I'm kind of positioning these so I can put some icons in the video one. Purchase one. This, I don't like purchase there. I think it should be Y. Learn more. Let's just do that. Yes, industry standard call to action text there. Very original, I know. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's I use this app, Icon Jar. Pretty cool app. You can import icons, some of your favorites. Like I have Font Awesome in here, in Typo or in Tipo or whatever it's called. That's like one of my favorite libraries. You can import whatever ones you want though. Anyway, I'm gonna look for in typo, look for like a video playing kind of thing. What would be cool here? Am I missing it? You can search. Let's see, video and typo. I could do that. I could do that or that. Which one do you think? Maybe this one. Okay. So these import as SVG. If you go download that font or icon library, it used to be a font, but the owner or creator made it SVG only, which I'm all for because I'm not a huge fan of font icon fonts. For some reason, they just, there's too much that can go wrong, it seems like. But whatevs. So let's make this the same, oh crap, the same color as the text there. Oh, I'll just enter the hex code. What do we got? Okay, I don't like this. This one? No. Boxes. I know there's somewhere you can enter the hex. Oh, come on. Is it within this? There it is. So there's the hex code, 947100. And then we'll go back to this. And we can technically edit that, but I'm going to do a layer style. Or effects, layer effects, as it's called here. And since we'll do color overlay, pick the color. We don't need CMYK. We need RGB with the hex. There it is. I do love the massive amount of color selectors you can use in this program. It's pretty sweet. Very configurable based on your preference. Way to go, guys, if you're watching. Okay, so we want that to be grouped. Not like that. This part's kind of weird. Come on. No. There? Okay. Got it. All right. Something about these buttons I'm not digging quite yet, but we'll get there. I think they're a little tall, to be honest. Maybe we'll make them that. Let's see how this looks real quick. Where's my type? I gotta use the type tool. 17, should that be 16? Yeah, let's try that. It's kind of weird that the body text is bigger than the button text, but yeah, let's go back to 17. I don't like that. I do like the new height, I think. So let's make these just 2 pixels smaller in height. Same with this guy. This one looks huge for some reason. All right, something there. I've tried to turn this spelling correction crap off, and I cannot. It'd be a cool feature if we could, just for prototyping sake. Anyway. Let's see. So here's, okay, we've got kind of a start with our hero image. From here, we probably want to go into Y or the about part, and then the purchase I'm imagining being at the end, at the bottom. I think I'm going to stop there for now, and we'll move into the next section in the next video.